Hello. For the back-end part of our application this sprint, we accomplished a few things. The first of which is we set the application up with containerization using Docker. So we can see that if we use the docker compose up command, it will spin up a container for our database that is using Docker volumes to persist data across Docker up and down commands. And we have a container for the web application itself that connects through to the database container. And we can see that this was set up using Docker Compose and Docker files to create those images and set up the containers. The next thing we've done is we've created an import script to pull player information from a CSV and upload it into our database. So if we, go into our database container and run the Postgres PSQL server interface command, we can then truncate our player table. It shows we currently have 0 players in the database. And then come over here, and in our web container we could run the new import script. It's been plugged into the Flask CLI. And once that's done, we can come back over here and check, and we now see all of the player information has been loaded into the database. And then the last thing we've done is set up the player's endpoint to take a position query parameter that it uses to filter the results. So we can see if we send it with no positional value or without the positional parameter at all, it will return players of every position that's in the database. But if we supply a value here, such as QB for quarterbacks, it'll return only players of the selected position. And we plan to move forward with this to also add additional filtering to the player's endpoint. Thank you for listening.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the front-end portion of our fantasy football project. First thing is first, let's get this server up and running, as seen in the start of this video. Alright, now that that is up and running, let us get our React app up. With a little luck, we will see the player data populate on our application. Perfect. Now, just to ensure this data is actually what we want, let's check that database again. Here we can see Lamar Jackson and the rest of the player data. Finally, we can move back to the code, and in here you can see our API call. Along with it, we have our proxy. Hopefully that was a bit informative. Thank you all for watching and have a good day.